The first step would be to prepare your workplace. I first start off by using a clean cloth that is well lathered with soap and wipe my door down. I make sure to do this twice so that the soap is wiped off the second time around. This is the wallpaper that I chose to buy for my door. Now, as you guys can see, my door does look a bit damaged and dull. I measure the paper onto the door to assess where I need to cut the wallpaper for the perfect fit. Then I carefully cut the wallpaper to fit these measurements. Step 3. Apply your wallpaper. Peel off the backing of the wallpaper and carefully apply it onto the door. I also smooth out any air bubbles for a clean finish. Take note that I apply the wallpaper onto the side of the door that does not have paint. If you're doing this hack in the comfort of your own home, then you have nothing to worry about. However, if you are renting, I do recommend that you specifically use contact paper because it is easier to work with and peel off without damaging any paint. However, always do a patch test before you apply any type of contact paper onto surfaces. I use a knife to cut off the excess wallpaper at the bottom. However, I do think a Sharpie or a blade does a much neater job. I had to leave my room and step outside for this next step because you need to be in a well-ventilated area for spray painting. I shake the spray paint before using it. I lay down some paper on the ground to protect the paving underneath. I then spray paint the rubber strips with gold spray paint and let the paint dry completely before attaching the rubber strips onto the door. I had to buy a second roll of wallpaper because the first roll had a short width and it was too short to apply. I could not buy a different type of wallpaper because I had already purchased and applied this one. I would suggest that you buy a roll that has a long enough width and length the first time around. It just looks a lot more neater. In this step, I also had to remove and unscrew the door handle so that the wallpaper sits well and looks neat underneath the handle. Voila! I personally love the pattern on this wallpaper. Now guys, when it comes to this step, you are more than welcome to choose a different type of design and get creative with it. Me personally, I measure out and cut squares to make the top design of the door. I then measured and cut out rectangular shapes at the bottom. What you do on one side, you have to do on the other. It is very important that your shapes look well spaced out and symmetrical. And this is what my final product looks like, and I hope you crafty 7istas enjoyed this project. Until next time.